Hello, good evening and happy Sunday, everybody. It doesn't seem 5 minutes since I was back here. On whenever it was. When was it? Wednesday. So I've got a few things to share with you tonight, and I have unpacked a little bit more of my order. So I'm going to get you down onto the table, and we're going to see what we've got here in store for you this evening. I'm just going to remind you, because we've been doing some work on the Spring Fling event. This is on Friday the 11th, 10 till 3, and it's just down the road at The Grain Kitchen, which is a beautiful venue, lovely food. So if you haven't seen most of you I've seen in person, so we've been doing a little bit of chasing today. If you haven't seen it, it's still a chance. Numbers are coming along nicely, but we've still got spaces there, so we can accommodate more. So that's always a good thing. Lovely big venue. So I'll just leave that on there just for a sec so you could see that one, and remind me to mention it. So what are we going to be working on today? I'm going to be working on at that event that we've got coming up in just a few weeks. Now these new colours, I'm going to take one of each out actually. These new colours don't go live until for purchase until the 6th of May. So demonstrators do get a chance to order things early. Because I went to Strasbourg to the onstage event, I was allowed to order a little bit sneak peek in front of that, which is always good. It's one of the perks of actually going to the event. So I've got all of these out here. These are the American sizes, sadly. I've got my pack around the other side, but I'm going to be working with Strawberry Slush today. But I wanted to leave out the others in case I decide to add some accents on there. I think these look lovely. I showed you briefly the other night, and we did play with one, didn't we? This is the old packaging. So Strawberry Slush, I don't know what year this was. If any of my older demonstrators have got any ideas, we were hazarding a guess that Strawberry Slush was around about 2013, I think. Don't know, but that seems to be. It was with baked brown sugar, and the Coastal Cabana was in there as well, and Peekaboo Peach, I think. So there's a few round about that time. So this is now our new packaging. We have white labels on here, nice and modern and lovely and clean. So this, I was surprised to find that because I didn't think I had any left. But this is A4, obviously, so this is good. And these are our American sizes we received at the event. So I've got those, and we are going to play. I have been looking at some sketches. I've been doing some work in the background to start making some samples for our event. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is show you what we're going to be doing at the event. So, but one of the ones that I probably I'm not going to be using, I'm just going to get that up on my screen. It's just a screenshot I grabbed, and I had an idea as to what I was going to do. So I thought I would play with that tonight, and share with you some of the bits and pieces from that. So what I didn't open the other day was the designer series paper that features all of the 5 new in colours. So let's open this up and give you a bit of a sneak peek on this one. I didn't do one mammoth unboxing with all the bits in. I think it's a bit overwhelming sometimes, but if I drip feed some, it's just something to always look forward to then, isn't it? So I'm going to take this out here, and I'm just going to write these as I go, because there's no way you can see those on my screen, can you? They're so tiny, and I even struggle sometimes. So we have the colours in this pack. We have, I'm going to need to get the glasses down, aren't I? So we start off here, we've got Bubble Bath. So I like to write them up here, so the whole of the catalogue when I'm using these, Bubble Bath. You can see, you can read them from a distance. Cloud Cover. And I've even had some customers that are doing this as well now, because it is so tiny to have that print on here. Darling Duckling, this is the yellow one here under my hands. So Darling Duckling. And then we have Garden Green is an existing one. So you'll be able to identify those colours as I go through the papers and show you. Garden Green, we've got Granny Apple Green. Granny Apple. I've got some people on here with me. Hello everybody, who have we got on there? We've got Lynn on here, we've got Angela, I've been messaging you with you, and Claire, nice to see you. Haven't seen you lately. Peach Pie, which was one of last year's, which will be here for 2 years. Remember, the colours that come in, they have a 2-year lifespan. So Petunia Pop was in that group as well. So Petunia Pop, we've got Pretty in Pink. That was in the last reshuffle, we got that one back. So Pretty in Pink. Okay, and then we've got Secret Spa. Now that's this, excuse me, that's the dark one here. It wasn't Spa, was it? Sea, Secret Sea. I said this the other night, didn't I? I'm not going to live that one down because I think I'm just going to keep that in my vocabulary. It's just not going to go, is it? So Shy Shamrock is one of last year's that's holding off for another 2 years. Strawberry Slush is this lovely pinky one here. So Strawberry Slush. And then Summer Splash, which was one of the bluier shade from last year's colours. Summer Splash. And then the last one is Timid Tiger, which is the orange one here. Timid Tiger. So as you can see, there's quite a lot in there on that list. And there's also from both two lots of the 2 years. So these are this year's ones, the new ones, and we've also got quite a few of the last ones in there as well. So that's quite handy to have those colours all together. So take that out of the plastic. So let's go through these, shall we? So I'm going to leave the cardstock here so you can see that, you can see the titles, and we will have these fronts and backs together. So these are all of the bright colours, all of those, most of those colours will be in there. Okay, so that's a really nice floral one. Okay, and then the backing paper there as well. And then this one, it just brings those pinks through. So this is where it comes with the Strawberry Slush in here. You can see how that brings the pinks in. Okay, so there's that one. And then on the back we have the peach pie and the yellows in there as well. So that'll be Darling Duckling in there. So that's those two. Oh, look at those. The catalogue doesn't do them justice. These look like, oh, I'm not good with the garden. Yeah, not lupins, but the plants, yeah. This is the same, no it's not, yes, it's similar to the other one. It's not the same. Love these colours together. So we have the Secret Sea, the dark one, and we have the cloud cover in there. And we have those purples coming through there as well. So that's really nice. You do the same, and I can't remember which page that was for. I've just glanced up at the screen. I'll probably writing them on here. It's really handy to do that. I love these colours just on their own, standalone. They are beautiful. Yeah, really nice there. And then we have that one on the back of it. And then these, the purples, we love the purples. Now this one looks to me like this is going to be with the stamp set that comes with it. I can't open that catalogue. I mustn't show that on screen. I have got it down here. There is a stamp set that goes with this set, and because of the layout of these, I think that this will be one where you can die cut the images out. Okay, so just letting you know that. And this is the cloud cover background in here, so that goes with those colours. It's exciting seeing these, and it's nice showing you at the same time as I'm seeing them. Okay, and we've got these are joined further together and they've got overlapping, so these won't be die cut, I'm sure. Anyway, that is all of the Florals in Bloom papers. Okay, so Florals in Bloom 12-inch papers, and all of these colour 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13 colours in there. Beautiful. Okay, I've got those out because I wanted to show you side by side with the papers. I'm not 100% sure I'm going to use them today because I had a design in mind. So like I say, I'm going to cut a layer. So I am going to use the American size here to cut my layer. And I'm going to emboss this one. So I want it to be slightly less than my red dots on here. This is where we cut our UK sizes. So I'm going to come down 0.5 centimetre under that. So I'm going to go 14.3 this way. And then 10.5 this way. Now, 10 this way. Now, because it's not our full size, we wouldn't normally be able to get 2 whole cards out of this. But I will be able to get 2 layers, which is good. So these can go back in the packet. I'll keep those 2 out. I'll keep one out anyway. I'm going to texture emboss that one. But I'm just going to grab a whole sheet out of my my old stock and score this down halfway on the first red dot, and then cut it the other way. It does look very grey, I know what you're saying, but those two colours together, I think they're going to be really, really nice. So I've made 2 cards there. I'm just going to fold that one in half and pop it with the rest of the packet. If I bring those 2 together, there is a sea themed bundle. Whilst this looks really, really dark, it looks nearly like a black. What have I got black to show you side by side? Haven't got anything black here, have I? Oh, there's a piece. This is the back of one of my images that I did before, but if I show you these 2 together, you'll see that that really does look like more like a deep navy. Okay, and then this one, if you put this with the blue, then they really do. If you think of that one with being black, so you've got the secret sea and cloud cover together. I think those 5 work lovely together. Sometimes we get ranges that we like and sometimes we don't, but I think they are a good selection. They're really nice colours. So we should now have a base card and a layer that I'm going to emboss, texture emboss. Okay, just match up the corners there, make sure that they work. If in doubt, turn it over and make sure, yeah, they're good together. Okay, and then this one should sit just inside of that. So we've got a textured layer on here. I never like to, you can really see the difference together, yeah, when you put the black beside it. When it's on its own, I think the other night I showed you, I didn't have black to hand. This one, when I emboss, I'm going to texture emboss, but I never like to texture emboss directly for the front of my card. If you texture emboss the front layer, it loosens the fibre, it weakens the fibres, and it'll be a bit more flimsy. It will take that strength out of it. So I always do a texture on a layer, and then we're going to stick that one on the top there. So the embossing folder, I'm not sure what I can't remember what I used the other night, or what I used in the Global Inspiration team were giving their demonstrations. Mine was recorded because I was down over the other side of the country in Wales. So this one here is mini corrugated 3D embossing folder. I think this one's an online exclusive. I really want to go through all of my products and actually mark up where they're from, so that if I put on here OE, then I know that I can tell you exactly where each of them from. It's hard when you get new products because it's like a bit of everything. So what I can tell you, some others, just get this one in front of you. I can tell you that the cane weave embossing folder is in the new catalogue. Okay, I can do sneak peeks this way, can't I, as to what's not going to be there and what is going to be there. So if I just find the page off camera, woohoo, just chat amongst yourselves. Embossing folders, there we go. You can't see this over here. So I can tell you that one's definitely in there. The Forever Plaid, that is definitely in there. Okay, I'm going to get these and make a little pile of them over there. I have Exposed Brick, which is one of my favourites. It's this distressed look on here. That is definitely in the new catalogue. And what have we got here? Oh, there's elastic band. Tiggs will be after that, bless him. And I've got wood grey, and I thought that was who? Oh, Birchwood is, but Birchwood, that is that one. Birchwood, I've got my names on the bottom here. Birchwood is in one of the bigger ones, and that is in the new catalogue. And then the dotted circles, that one's carried over, so that's in the new catalogue. There are others as well, but some of them are ones that I don't have. Okay, there is a new one that I need to get, and that is called Eyelet 3D. It's not new in the catalogue, it's new as in I don't have it. So I need to buy that one because I'm liking things I'm seeing. So it's a nice little one to get. So on with the mini corrugated. I haven't labelled this one yet. The only thing to watch when you do these ones is I always tell people in classes not to push their card all the way to the end. If you go right to the end, you're going to have a bigger piece here where my nail is. That's a bigger section, and so it won't be even all the way. So I do just pull that back a little bit, okay? But keep it straight, because if you have it a little bit on the huh, it's going to look a bit silly. You can do whatever you like. You can have it crossways, downwards, or at an angle. But whatever you decide, be sort of like careful as to where you place it. If you want it straight, make sure it's straight. Is basically what I'm saying, I think. So I'm just trying to work out, this one's a little bit higher, that end. So just across here, we want to make sure that that is straight. That's down, and then I've got my grey plate on the top, because it's a thick embossing folder. It's a deep one. And try not to jiggle the camera. Sorry there. Okay, I can pop that back down on the table. I am going to be doing some cutting in a minute as well, so I feel I've shown you this one quite recently. So this is the mini corrugated, and I'm pretty sure it's an online exclusive. So that's this one here, mini corrugated 3D. And if you wanted the number, it's 165559. Okay, so I'll pop that in there for now. Keep them together. So this is going to be my layer that's going to go on the card here, and it has shrunk up a little bit. Now that's something to be aware of. If you texture, it does pull it in a bit because you're adding that texture. Corrugated is one of those surfaces that will make it, because it's just going this way, it's making the card go like this, so it's actually bringing the length down shorter. So you want to allow yourself that tiny little bit extra on top, because of the design of it. It will shrink it this way. Okay, so I didn't think about that before we started, did I? So there is no right or wrong, but obviously one side you'll be happier sitting on there than the other. I'll go that way. Because it's got ridges on, you want to make sure that you are catching a lot more of your, it's not a flat surface, so you want to be catching that pretty well. If you just go around the outside edge, then it's not going to catch, it'll only catch on those raised pieces. So give it a good scribble on there, and then pop that in the centre. Like I say, I've got a slightly bigger border, top and bottom, but if you remember that, because Sandra's made the mistake, so you don't have to. It's not a mistake, it's just I like it even all the way around. It's a little bit shorter, and do make sure that that's pressed down well. If you've got a block to hand, then you put that on it. I could put a couple of ink pads on there. Oh look, they're new colours. And while I'm there, I'm just going to take the plastic off this one. So this is the 3 of the new ones. Sadly, one of them has the cloud cover, I explained the other day, has a colour shift in it. So it's not holding the colour 100%. We didn't, when we did an exercise at convention, we didn't actually notice that big a difference, but there was something in the quality they weren't happy with. So they have pulled it for now and doing a little bit more work on it. Now on the back of the packets, just in case you haven't done these before, you're going to see this is a sticky label on top of the base one here. And Strawberry Slush, we pick out our own language. Now I tend to use my scissors here, my snips, and I'm just going to put my glasses on so I can see. And then you can see where there's an indentation on here. You just want to lift that edge up. So it's easy with a sharp object. You can see, I'm just going to lift that one off there. So to get my fingerprints on it, I'm just going to use that one. Now I put these on as I'm looking at the ink pad. They go on the bottom level here. Okay, so it's going to go in the centre. Okay, you can just get that one, just getting that straight. I'm going to pop that on the edge there. Okay, so that's on there, and I do press that on there really, really well. Now the other one is inside here. When you are using your ink pad, you can't see the colour from the top. Now this piece in the front here, where you put your fingers in to pull that back, there's always a plain one on here now. We did have a Japanese market, so this is where the Japanese label was, but when that closed, there is a blank one. So if you put that on your scissors, like so, and then open your pad up as normal, look at it as a compact, lift it up. I know they're stiff when they're new. And then this is going to go into that groove along here. I am putting it on the desk to do this. It's a bit static as well. So I'm just going to pop that in there and just press my fingers along the middle there. Okay, and then, without my glasses on, I'm just going to use my bone folder and just press it down inside there. Okay, anything that's just fit in that little groove, your fingers aren't good enough, I don't think, but you want it to be nice and secure. Okay, now that is, you can see immediately what the colour is. Okay, so you pull that shut by going over and latch over like that. Be very careful when you're opening, just make sure that you do snap it shut each time, and then it's ready to use, and they stack up nicely with all the names on the side there. I won't do these other two today because I've just shown you the one and we're using this colour today. Okay, so that's that. We do have two others on here, three others on there. So you've got them strawberry slush twice. Now I didn't realise that. Maybe this is a change, unless I've just not had the new ink colours, looked on the new ones. We've actually got strawberry slush in there, the English language. We've got that on there twice. So then we've got French and we've got German, I should think that is, German or Dutch, but more likely to be German, strawberry slush on there. So we have actually got two labels on there, so that's quite handy. You're not late, Debbie, don't worry. It's always available on replay. You can always pop back and see. So this is where we are today. So I've done the embossing folders. My laptop's just dying. Okay, I can wake you up, mate. There we go. So now what I'm going to do on the front here, I wanted to have some circles, what I might do is introduce you to the Everyday Archers. Now these are not new item in the catalogue, they are an online exclusive. So I'm just going to double check for you. Yeah, they're not in the catalogue, so they are online. So these are, we've had some rainbows before. This time they're calling them archers, and they are different. They are like a window arch. I think I showed you briefly the other night. I'm going to take these out. And I wanted a different shape. Instead of using my circles, I am a very avid supporter of, put them somewhere safe, the stylish shapes. Now these ones are one of my go-to all the time. There isn't a crafting session, I don't think, where I do without these and don't use them. So I'm not ruling them out. I might be coming back to them, but I do want to tell you they are in the new catalogue. So they have carried over. So we've got those for another 12 months at least. So what I was going to do here is I wanted to have a couple of layers, and then I will put something, an image or something, and decorate around it. So I was thinking I might take some of these out. I don't know what size. When our dies come, they are on such really, really tacky tape. So just be careful as you lift them off so you don't bend them. I'm thinking that might be a nice size. And then that one in the centre, or that one, and this one in the centre. Oh, do I want that? Or do I want... This one just looks so much bigger. They're not bad, actually. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little bit of a cheating, because you remember all those flowers that I showed you the other day, where I have all of these cut? I'm going to just take one of those for now as a solid image. I've got them caught up on the plastic. I've had an online day today, so we were away for a couple of days in Wales, and then when we came back after today's just been an online work day. So I'm going to use those two again, and then I'll decide what I want to do on these. I want a colour to contrast with this, and I think I'm going to go with this one, because that's what I've done on the inside of my flowers, and I think if I have just a layer outside, that's going to look good. So I'm going to put these on here. I get my big scissors. I'm going to pop them, just cut along here roughly to cut a strip off. I'm using up, like I said, the American sizes there. And I'm going to take two on here, because I'm not sure which layers I want to use yet. I'll take those off. Okay, and we'll run those through the cutter. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll use those. I had got the little one to hand, but I think this is going to be better. So I know we have lots of people join on here, but I'm just going to ask how many people have watched the Global Inspiration ones. If you're customers or my team, did you see the presentations over the weekend? I have tried to catch up with several of them. I haven't done all of them yet. I like to watch as they're being done live. Oh, they've got lovely edging on there. Can you see that if I bring it up to the screen? That detail on there. And you can see how well they just fell out from the dies. It's really nice. So that's those. And then I'm going to do the next layer. So I'm going to have the smallest one. And the next one I'm going to do in white because I'm not sure which size I'm going to do yet. Let's take a little piece of scrap here. I'll do 2 on there. They'll always come in handy. There we go, and the plate. Overwhelming for us demos when we go to these events. There's an urgency to order new supplies because we want new stuff always. But there's also a case of things, if you decide what you want to order. I forgot to order the 6-inch papers for the new in colours, so that would have been nice to have had those. But I can do those on the Tuesday. I think I can order those. So that's one size. They look so gorgeous, that stitching, and that's the other size. Let's bring that down. That one or that one. I'm still undecided. I'm going to cut these 2 out next on the little cutter. It's a very useful exercise cutting all of those. What have I done with them? I'm stamping them all. I just need to have a mammoth cutting session. So these are the 2. Now, what I've found with these ones, if you do choose to order these ones, these are the Impressions of Bloom. There is one prong on here that it's a bit like a petal that's a bit longer and thinner and sticking out, and that's the one I anchor for first. Okay, and then that fits in nicely. What you can do on your stamps is to put a Sharpie marker on the die, a blob here, and then on the stamp, on the side of the stamp, to put that on there as well. So you can at least have them all lined up the same way when you're stamping, and then you'll cut them all facing the same way as well. Okay, I'm just going to pinch that piece off there. Just get those matched up. So there's one. That one there. And line this one up. This one again, you just got to go by the shapes of what you've got. This one's as a double, and I think that side is a double. They don't match up 100%. It's just giving you an idea of the shape of the flower because there's white edges as well. Hi Rhonda, nice to see you. Playing with new products again, it's always exciting. Okay. There will be lots of new samples coming out with these because I'm trying to make some display items as well. So anything I make with you on my lives, I will be using the different in colours quite a bit. I'm just going to decide what I'm going to put on the words on here. And then we can have a lovely splash of colour for the people who turn up for our event. So just wondering what, the words. You are a ray of sunshine. That looks nice. You are a ray of sunshine. It's going to be one of the smaller ones. I think it's this one. Okay. Now, when your stamps come, I will just run over this as well in case you've got some new people on it. You get a thin piece of plastic that really is not worth anything. I do recycle those, so I can go over there. The thick piece of plastic, I lay them all on the stamp set here. So you can work through placing them in the right places, like so. And then this thick piece of plastic, I leave over the top of them in the tray. So in other words, they're going to be like that, stuck in. And then this piece just stops them coming loose off here and falling out when you open your stamp case. I'm not going to do them all now. I just wanted to get this one out. That was easier doing it that way. Okay, so I'm just wondering. Oh, I don't think it's going to. No, that's going to be too wide. Oh, drat. I'd worked out that one was going to be a good one. Maybe not. Which for the stars, it's not really appropriate, is it? Ooh, well, I'm not going to be able to do that, am I? It's not going to fit on that one. It's for the wider one. It's going to be the next one up. Never mind. We can do something different. We can use the Hello on here. We'll christen that. Okay. So I'm going to place this one in here. So really good solid image. Okay, that could go on there, or we could have that on a banner. So I think. No, it's going to go in there. Look, this is going to determine as to which size I have, because that's going to fit on there. There we go. So I grab my block. Okay, we'll take that off there. Really excited to use this. I'm going to have to open this one now. Because they are brand new pads, they are going to be extremely juicy. So when you use your new pads for the first time, you will always find they've still got lots and lots of ink just floating on the surface. So do be careful. I'll put the labels on later. And I do like to have a piece of scrap paper. What have I got handy? It's the back of a list. There we go. I'm just going to stamp on there. So it's very, very juicy here, but it's a good solid. Look at that. Perfect. So I'm going to stamp that on here. Make sure I have got a good coverage. And I'm going to put that at the bottom. Are you like me? I tend to gravitate to the same sentiments that I like. Unless I've got a specific that's got to be done for a certain occasion, I gravitate to the same type of fonts, or big chunky or delicate because I want such and such. It's, yeah, just looking for my chamois. Because it's a really dark colour, I'm going to clean that straight away. So it doesn't, try not to let it stain too quickly. Okie doke. So there we're going. We know what we're doing now. Look, I'm going to do that one there. That one's going to go on there. The flowers are going to come round somehow on here. As we did them the other day, if you were watching me the other day, I put my knuckle in the middle, okay, and shape that. Okay, the little one's fine. He just sits like that. The bigger one, I put my knuckle in the middle, sorry, and just emboss that round there. And then I take my bone folder. It's got a dent in the middle now, and I curl these edges over. It just gives it a little bit more shape, like curling ribbon, but you're curling them over the outside. Okay, and that just gives it a really nice feel. Okay, like so. And then you can go back and just push that in the middle again, just so you know you've got that dent. Okay, so we've got those arranged wherever we like. If we wanted some greenery on there, we could. I could cheat because I have some spares left over. I did have some spares left over. I haven't got as far as getting a little packet to put in here yet. Those have got to go in the bin. I have got a stem here extra cut. I've got an extra flower, and I've got a couple of leaves on here. I'm going to pinch those just for now, but normally I keep a little cello bag in here, and anything I've got cut extras go in there. I must get my magnets done first though, so we can pop those in afterwards. So I'm going to put the bottom one on there flat. This one will just go on here with Tombow on the back. Again, I'm putting a good coat on here because it's only going to catch on the tops of those ridges. Okay, so I want that in the top third or the centre. Greetings on there as well, so I think I'm going to put it fairly in the centre. Like so. Line it up on your mat, your grid paper, etc., and just so you can keep it nice and straight. If your eyes have got straight edges either side, it does help. So I need some dimensionals, which I have here somewhere. All my boxes lined up like little soldiers. So let's get some of the larger ones. I've cut them into smaller strips because I had them in a class group to share around. So I'm going to put 5 on here, around the corners, and then 1 in the centre. Like so. In the bin. Put that there. Gone a little bit off piece from my original sample I was just copying, but it was just to give you an idea. And this is how we use the sketches. There's, in the new catalogue, I can tell you there are some scrapbook sketches as well as the card and tag ones. So that's really good to look forward to. Move those out of the way. Another elastic band for Tigs hung out of the way. So the flowers, I'm just going to pop a couple on here as I did just now. So I'll put 1 there, and I attach this down neat on the bottom there, right in the centre. Okay. So I like that longer stem coming out there, the petal. And then I use the lid of the Tombow just to press that down in the centre. Tombow, we love the Tombow adhesive. It's very, very good. It goes off in about 30 seconds really. You get that little bit of wiggle room. It's good strong glue. It's not a high water content like some of the PVAs are. That one's just going to sit there, and again I'll use the lid just to press down. Okay, it's easy to use if you have one from another packet, another container. So I just want a couple of little leaves in here, just poking through. Don't want them too symmetrical. And just, yeah, something like that. So I'm not going to put too much glue on here because we don't want it to squeeze through the little slits in there. It has got some lovely cutting edges on there. I did show you the other day. Just a little bit at the bottom and a little bit on this one. That's the right side. Just a little tiny piece there. There are some other leaves in there as well, I think, so you can just aim them wherever you like. You can kick the edges up as well if you like. So where this edge is here, you could curl that one over, give it some more dimension. And the same here. Get underneath and just curl that. Obviously do it before you put it down, just to twist those a little bit more. Okay, I wouldn't put foam pads on there because they've got the slits down the middle and they're giving it the shape on there. And then we have our gems. Now I want to use these ones and show you these. These are the flat pearls, they call these, the in colour 25 to 27 in colour flat pearls. These are absolutely gorgeous. So because they're flat, I'm just going to grab my take your pick tool here, the putty on the end. I'm going to wipe that off because it's getting a little bit dried. So just turn that, and you only need a tiny little edge showing. Just let it just start to show. Okay, and then just slide these. So I'm going to use, I might use one of each actually. I'm going to put them down the corner here. I'm going to put them 1, 2, and then 3. So I've got 3 different sizes. I like to show those as a little line there. Okay, press them down well so they don't come off. And the putty on here, just leave that on there, squish it down, and then put the lid on to keep it dry. And you can keep on using that over and over. You don't need to replace that every time. So there's a bit of bling in the corner. Okay. The only thing I would do, had I brought it to the table, seeing this now, I would probably have Wink of Stella splatters or some white ink splatters maybe. I'll remember to do that. I'll watch this back. I'll remember to do it just to put some texture on that back before we put the panels down. But other than that, the flowers centres could have a little bit of Wink of Stella as well. But I do really like those. And that was the Archers, Everyday Archers, for those embossed die cuts here. I need to get my magnet sheets out and have a session just mounting everything on there, so they're easier to get on and off. But they are a really nice set. They've all got the same cutting edge on there, so you've got these lovely little dots on here. I just think they're really, really sweet. Okay, so I hope you like that. You've seen the colours again, and you've seen the Archers, which was a new product that's an online exclusive one. So yeah, I'm going to be making lots more. Tomorrow I have to pack for a class on Wednesday, but I do tomorrow and some of Tuesday. I really want to get doing some in colour samples. So there will be more coming out, but they might be under wraps until our event. So the 11th of April. Okay, so anyway, that's my project tonight. These gems, I'll just bring them up to the camera again. The lights don't really do it justice. These have got like a metallic-y look to them. They look quite plain there, but when you see them in person, I don't know how can I get those to show the sparkle. They look quite dull, but on here, do the darker ones show up? They've nearly like they've got gold on there. Iridescent-y type. Can you see those? It's hard to show you. Just have to come and see me and see them in real life. Much better, or buy them if I'm not local to you. But they really are nice ones to have. Okay, so you've seen another set of the papers, the flower blooms, and you've seen some more strawberry slush tonight. So that's me done for now. Where are we? I'll just get the buttons down. Take that one off and bring that across. There we go. So I will say cheerio and thanks for stopping by. Debbie loves the Archers. Hopefully they'll come back into stock. Are they out of stock at the moment? I've not had mine long. Obviously somebody's tried to buy them recently. Yeah, they do. If the stocks run out, they do obviously try and get them in as quickly as possible. But they are an online exclusive rather than in a catalogue that's going to soon retire. So I would hold out some good hope for those. They will come back and refresh. Okay, so I will see you all again on Wednesday. I think everything's okay for Wednesday. As always, if you've got any requests, anything you would like to see, then please do let me know. I've got one in mind that I'd like to replicate from the weekend's presentations on the Global Inspiration Stamp Team group. I did really take to one of those, so I might show you that. Or if you like to have Easter cards, then please just drop me a line if you would like to have an Easter card made. I don't tend to do many Easter cards, but I have got a reason this year to make one and send one from an older lady who is not online, so she won't see me doing it on the live. But I want to case one of my friends who I've seen today has done an absolutely gorgeous card, so I might be doing that on Wednesday. Okay, and I will give credit to her on the day. Okay, so I will say cheerio for now and take care, and I will see you soon. Lovely to see you, Zena. Yeah, it's a pretty set. It is lovely. The flowers are beautiful. I love the flowers. That was the set that I got, if you didn't see the other day, was from On Stage. We got to pick one of two sets, either turtles or the florals, and I went with the florals, so I'm glad I did. They're very nice.